All right, so we're supposed to write an absolute value function. So the one we have is the absolute value of 5x plus 7, but do it as a piecewise function. So just as a reminder, I went over to desmos.com and opened the graphing calculator and put the absolute value of 5x plus 7 in there, just so that we can talk about that. And then what we're going to do here is, so in this case, they want us to write a piecewise function. So we want one of them, remember, it's like whatever they said this was, f of x equals, and then we're going to write two separate things. One is the slope here is 5. So like 5x. And if we move that graph down, what's the y-intercept? Whoa, that's not what I meant. I meant to just drag the whole graph down. The y-intercept there is up at the 7, I believe. So 5x plus 7 would be the equation of this graph right here. And then the other one, if this line kept going down, where would it be? So the slope here on this side, so let's see, we've got a point there and one right there, should be a -5 for the slope on this one. But then where would the y-intercept be down here? How far? If you had to go down 5, and this right now, it looks like we're over 1.5. So how would we figure out what the y-intercept is going to be there? So we know, like, right now we know -5x plus b. And if we can solve for this, if we put a point in, what's one of the points that we know right here to solve for b? It looks to me like we have a -1, 2, 3 is this point. Right there, -2, 3. So if I put the -3 in for the y, oops, that's a +3. And the -5 times the x is a -2, then we can solve this to figure out what that b would be. And so this is a 10. Subtract that 10 to the other side, and b is a -7. So you got this whole mirror image sort of thing going on as well. So, and then what was this point right here, where that, what's the x value right there? So when does this, when does the 5x plus 7, when does that equal 0? Because remember, this is like y. And so it equals 0 at, subtract the 7 over and divide by the 5. So those are all the parts we need. We've got the equation of each of these two lines. This is one with a positive slope. This is the one with the negative slope. And then we know the x of -7/5 right here, because that's when y equals 0, which is the answer. All right, so let's flip back over there and type this in for the solution. All right, again, so got all that writing on here. So when x is less than, remember we said that was 5/7, and when it was greater than 5/7, I don't think it matters in this case, the greater than and less than, because they hit that point, both of them. So on the less than side, when I wrote them in the opposite order when we did this, I believe, because the smaller on the left side had the negative slope. Remember, it was kind of like that. So over smaller was the negative slope, and they put that on top. So if we looked at that, we had a -5x minus 7. And then we had a 5x plus 7. Let's see. Let's see how we did. One or more is incorrect. Huh. Well, let's hop back over to Desmos. Absolute value of 5x plus 7. Absolute value of 5x plus 7. Maybe these, well, that's my y-intercept there. When x is 0, absolute value of 7 is 7. That's true. And absolute value of negative 7 would be 7 also. And the steepness of those were 5 and negative 5. Go back and look and see, did I type everything right? Oh, the x is less than and greater than. That was on the left. Those should be negative 5/7. True? Again, I did not do this intentionally. Let's try that and see if, well, unless the negative, if it, I don't know if I can I get that out in front of the whole fraction? See if it just doesn't like that. Because otherwise, I think this seems like it was the answer I intended. All right, clear this off. What did we have that they didn't have? We had negative 5x minus 7 with a, oh, I did 5/7, it was 7/5. 5/7 and 7/5. All right, so let's go back and take a look at why that had two different 7/5 and 5/7. So stop this for now.